Concerned about an imminent ecological disaster, scientists have been left frightened by recent news regarding the Jordan River. The water quality in an 11-kilometer section of the Jordan River is being improved. While pollution is still a problem, steps are being taken to fix it within the next 3 years. Landscaping and redevelopment efforts are being made along the river's edges. Along the river's western bank, between the Rob Roy canoeing attraction and the Sea of Galilee, a new path for pedestrians and cyclists is being built. People can take use of the river and its scenery by walking along the trail. Several changes have been made to the river in order to improve its biological richness and visual quality. Riparian critters and birds benefit from the shade provided by salt-tolerant plants and from the ripples and varying flow rates created by carefully placed rocks in the water. Small bridges link the islands, and a once steep embankment has been flattened to make way for a water inlet and gently sloping terrain along the shore. The region is currently accessible to the public. Nevertheless, during a reporter's visit, they encountered just a solitary fisherman and a few campers. This would imply that the public is still in the dark about the Jordan River's change. Water levels in the Jordan River, a river of historical and religious significance, have been steadily dropping for quite some time. The river has long represented important components of the region's history, religion, and culture. Therefore, its decrease is cause for alarm. The spiritual significance of its flow can be traced back to the time of ancient civilizations. There have been a number of mysterious discoveries made in the area, including the one in the Jordan River. This indicates the existence of other enigmatic and perplexing discoveries or phenomena in the area. These mysterious happenings add to the allure and fascination of the area around the Jordan River. Emerging evidence from the Jordan River and its environs has the potential to alter our perspective on past events. These discoveries could throw into question accepted explanations, reveal hitherto undiscovered aspects of ancient societies, and even provide novel understandings of religious tenets and observances. The current situation in the Jordan River and the resulting conclusions are portrayed as having far-reaching consequences. Without going into detail, the text suggests that the findings may have far-reaching consequences for how we interpret both the past and the present. This indicates that the findings have the potential to be groundbreaking and to challenge long-held beliefs in a number of different areas. New findings in the Jordan riverbed and their potential to force a reappraisal of past events are the primary topic of this article. The essay successfully evokes a sense of excitement and expectation by highlighting the importance of these findings and their potential to influence history. Concern has been expressed by scientists and environmentalists over the deteriorating state of the Jordan River in recent months. The scientific community has expressed grave concerns about the emerging events in the region. Fresh water from the Jordan River has been heavily diverted and extracted by Jordan, Israel, and Palestine for residential and agricultural use. As a direct result of human activity, the river's flow has been drastically reduced, posing a threat to the health of the ecosystems that depend on it and those downstream. Recent data show that the freshwater flow in the Jordan River has dropped dramatically, approaching emergency levels. The river's depth has dropped to just 30 centimeters in certain spots, and its projected annual discharge is 98% lower than it was before. Scientists' attention has been drawn to this disturbing scenario due to the obvious ramifications for the river's environment. Additionally, the historical significance of the associated body of water known as the Dead Sea has been severely impacted by the diversion of water from the Jordan River. The disruption of the Dead Sea's sensitive ecosystem and the accumulation of contaminants are directly attributable to the reduction of freshwater intake. These new trends raise serious environmental concerns. Agricultural runoff, salty waters, and untreated sewage have reduced the once vibrant Jordan River to little more than a sewer. This degradation has devastating ecological effects on the river and all the communities and ecosystems that rely on it. Scientists have been sounding the alarm about the region's water management techniques for quite some time. These worries have been compounded by the recent developments along the Jordan River. In order to resolve this ecological disaster and restore the river, the scientific community has stressed the importance of a unified regional plan. Friends of the Earth Middle East and similar groups have led efforts to gather regional support for restoring the Jordan River. Nonetheless, recent events are a sobering reminder of the difficulties that lie ahead. To stop the further pollution of the Jordan River, scientists have called for rapid action and a holistic strategy involving all relevant parties. To save the river and restore its ecological equilibrium, we must take measures including developing sustainable water management techniques, funding wastewater treatment facilities, and encouraging responsible agricultural practices. The current condition of the Jordan River is a glaring red flag that should serve as a rallying cry for governments, communities, and international organizations to work together to address. The scientific community is unified in its demand that this vital transboundary water resource be given top priority for restoration and protection before irreparable damage is done to it. Conflict, competition, and climate change are all contributing to drastically falling water levels in the lower Jordan River. The river's ecosystem and the populations that rely on it have been under peril for many years due to these issues. The river is sacred to many people for spiritual and cultural reasons. Due to its religious significance, the river attracts a large number of tourists every year. For Christians, for example, the site holds special significance since they consider it to be the location of Jesus' baptism. Conflicts have also arisen over the lower Jordan River. It was a line of demarcation between Israel and Jordan during their wars in the past. Today, it serves as a de facto border between Jordan and Israeli-controlled West Bank territory. As a result, the political unrest in the area has had an effect on the river. Activists from Jordan, Palestine, and Israel have formed an environmental group called EcoPeace Middle East because they realize the river's fragility and want to work together to protect it. Issues including pollution and water diversions for agriculture and development are highlighted, as is the importance of using water sustainably. Current levels of the lower Jordan River's discharge into the Dead Sea are much lower than those of the river's past. An official United Nations report from 2013 stated, "The annual flow is anticipated to be between 20 and 200 million cubic meters, according to a commission and a German federal institute, which is significantly less than the historical average of 1.3 billion cubic meters. The most up-to-date estimates place the volume at no more than 70 million cubic meters per year. Israel has traditionally used around half of the Jordan River's water, while Syria and Jordan have split the other half. Jordanian, Palestinian, Israeli, and even some Syrian pollution all contribute to the river's poor condition. The depletion of the river has far-reaching effects beyond its water supply. The Palestinians in the West Bank have been hit particularly hard since they are cut off from the Jordan River and its water supply. Many elderly Palestinians feel a feeling of loss when they reflect on their youth and the thriving river they used to enjoy. The documenting of the river's condition by EcoPeace indicates environmental activists' dissatisfaction. The river's current condition is at odds with the miraculous and pivotal role it plays in Jewish history and culture. All parties would benefit from sustained efforts to restore and conserve the river's environment and implement water conservation measures. Sinkholes have appeared along the Dead Sea's shores as the sea level has dropped. The penetration of fresh water dissolves salt deposits beneath the surface, causing sinkholes. There has been an alarming increase in the number of sinkholes over the previous 15 years, with over 1,000 now present. The infrastructure around the Dead Sea is under danger due to the formation of sinkholes. Sinkholes have consumed homes, roadways, and even farmland, and now they threaten hotels in coastal areas. Because of this, money and lives are in danger. The Dead Sea has been shrinking in recent decades, and human activities are a major contributor. Minerals like potash and bromine are being mined out of the Dead Sea by enterprises like Dead Sea Works, hastening the sea's decline. The problem has been made worse by the diversion of water from natural sources, especially the Jordan River, for use in agriculture and residential purposes. The Dead Sea has been the focus of preservation efforts by environmental groups like Friends of the Earth Middle East. To have the Dead Sea recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, they put on shows, led tours, and lobbied governments. An environmental protection strategy and development restrictions would be guaranteed by this designation. It has been difficult and even risky for environmental groups to do their work in the area. It has been difficult to coordinate the work of employees from other countries, such as Jordan, Israel, and the Palestinian territories. Islamic extremists who see any such cooperation as aiding Israel have added to the dangers as they have opposed it. The Dead Sea is sacred to many religions and cultures. Because of its unusual makeup, and the therapeutic effects of its mud and mineral-rich waters, it has become a popular tourist attraction. Visitors are also drawn by the stunning vistas of the Moab Mountains and Judean desert that can be seen from the city. The decline of the Dead Sea has serious consequences for the local ecology and threatens human livelihoods and tourism. Lowered water tables have forced the relocation of springs and oasis habitats, threatening numerous plant and animal species. Particularly vulnerable would be the migratory bird species that use the Dead Sea as a staging area on their annual migrations. The Jordan River, where Jesus was baptized, is now a mere trickle. Visitors from all over the world, many of them motivated by religious conviction, come to walk in the footsteps of Christ, to feel the water of the river, and to make a personal connection with the events of the Bible. Many people place immense spiritual and symbolic value on the river. In terms of its physical appearance, the modern-day Lower Jordan River is rather less impressive. By the time it reaches the site of the baptism, the water has diminished and turned a drab brownish green. A victim of the war, that's for sure. Yana Abu Taleb, the Jordanian director of EcoPeace Middle East, which brings together Jordanian, Palestinian, and Israeli environmentalists and lobbies for regional collaboration on saving the river, described the river as a victim of people because of what humans have done to it. So, it's a victim all the way around. Years of water diversions for agriculture and domestic use, as well as pollution, pose a serious threat to the Lower Jordan River, which flows south from the Sea of Galilee. According to EcoPeace, just south of the site of Burkhart's baptism in the Dead Sea, only a minuscule fraction of its ancient water flow currently reaches its terminus. According to Scripture, Jesus underwent baptism in Jordan. Both the eastern bank in modern-day Jordan and the western bank in Israel have baptismal sites where religious ceremonies are performed, attesting to the river's continuous religious, historical, and cultural significance. The ancient Israelites, weary after years of wandering in the desert, are reported to have crossed the Jordan on dry land after God miraculously stopped the water for them to pass. A woman recently rubbed the water from her cupped hands over her face and head at the Jordanian baptismal location on the eastern bank. Some people bowed down to the river to fill empty bottles, while others touched it and crossed themselves. Visitors to both the Jordanian and West Bank sites can enter the river where the two sides meet across a thin sliver of water. The Jordan River acts as a dividing line between the Jordanian and West Bankian populations, as symbolized by the Israeli flag flying atop Qasr al-Yahud in the West Bank. From the West Bank, a group of people in long white robes recently wade in and form a semicircle for photographs. Two guys dressed in black, seemingly priestly garb, splashed river water over their heads of a different group of tourists who are either on the riverbank stairs or in the water. When compared to the armed hostilities that have taken place on the river's banks as part of the Arab-Israeli conflict, these peaceful scenes are striking. Both the river's history and its water have been politically charged, and its hallowed banks have been a danger zone for decades. The area on the eastern bank where the Jordanian baptismal site is presently located was denied when Jordan and Israel signed a peace accord in 1994. Church inhabiting areas near the Qasr al-Yahud site in the West Bank have been cleansed of mines as recently as 2020 by a team from the Halo Trust, a British-American NGO. After Israel cleared a short path to the river, the site itself became accessible to the public, but the area around the church remained off-limits and locked in time for decades. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you want to watch more videos like this.